Most of us think buying a car is pretty simple. You find one you like, you agree on a price, you drive away. But what if I told you the entire industry has a playbook? A playbook designed to make them the most money possible, not just on the sale, but for years to come. Okay, let's pull back that curtain so you can stop being just a customer and become a truly empowered buyer. It all really starts with this: a huge disconnect between your goal and their goal. For you, it's pretty straightforward, right? You just want a decent car at a fair price. It's a transaction. But for the company, oh, it's so much bigger than that. They're not just selling you a car. They're acquiring you as an asset, they're building a whole financial product around you, and they're trying to lock in a revenue stream for life.
And this quote just hits the nail on the head. It's all about an information imbalance. I mean, think about it. The company knows everything. The real costs, the common failure points, exactly how fast that car is going to lose value. And what does the average buyer know? Usually the color, the shape, and that all-important monthly payment. That gap in knowledge, that's where all the profit is hiding.
So how exactly do they use that imbalance against you? Well, it all starts with the price game. We're going to break this down because the sneakiest traps aren't about the sticker price. They're all about how you end up paying for it.
Okay, if you remember one thing, let it be this. The auto industry has absolutely mastered the art of selling the monthly payment, not the car itself. They know we make decisions with our heart and then try to justify them with our brain. So they frame the entire conversation around a nice, low, comfortable monthly number, which often hides a way more expensive reality.
In this table just lays it all out perfectly. Look at loan A, the affordable one. That $450 a month looks pretty good, doesn't it? But look closer. It's stretched out over 84 months, 7 years. You end up paying $6,600 just in interest, and the car's total cost is almost $38,000. Now look at loan B. Yeah, the payment is higher, $650, but it's only for 48 months. Your total interest? It drops to just $2,200, and you save over $6,000 on the total cost of the car. The lower payment is almost always the more expensive trap.
And these super long loans lead directly to this really dangerous spot, being upside down. It's exactly what it sounds like. You owe more money on the car than the car is actually worth. It happens because cars lose value so fast, and with a long loan, you just can't pay it down quickly enough to keep up. So if you need to sell it, or worse, if you get in an accident, you're on the hook for that difference. It's a huge financial risk.
Another little trick you use is called price fragmentation. See, instead of hitting you with one big number that might scare you off, they slice and dice the final cost into a bunch of smaller, less intimidating fees. It's a classic psychological move, right? A dozen tiny little cuts don't feel nearly as bad as one big one.
And this is what it looks like. You spend all this time negotiating a fantastic discount off the sticker price, and you feel great, like you've won. But then, here come the add-ons. Dock fees, freight charges, dealer-installed accessories you didn't ask for, protection packages. Suddenly that discount you fought so hard for has completely evaporated into all these little extras.
But hey, it's not just about the numbers. The second part of their playbook is all about the experience itself, an experience that's been carefully engineered to appeal to your emotions and completely override your logic.
Just think about the test drive. It's basically a 20-minute highlight reel. You notice the new car smell, how smooth it accelerates, the cool touchscreen. But what you can't know in 20 minutes is the reality of owning it for 5 years. You know, how the seats feel after a 3-hour drive, what the real gas mileage is in stop-and-go traffic, or how much that fancy gizmo costs to fix the month after the warranty expires.
And the whole experience, from the ads to the showroom, is designed to make you ask these kinds of questions. Does it look good? Does it feel powerful? What are my friends going to think? Does this car feel like me? And why do they do that? Because an emotional buyer is thinking about how the car makes them feel right now, not what it's going to cost them for the next 60 months.
This says it all, doesn't it? The whole song and dance is designed to keep you from thinking too hard. A rational buyer, while a rational buyer is asking tough questions about depreciation and common repair costs. And those are the very last questions they want you to ask.
And then, to push you over the edge, they'll often create a false sense of urgency. You've heard it before. This is the last one we have in this color, or this incredible financing offer ends today. That pressure is a tool. It's designed to stop you from going home, sleeping on it, and doing more research. Remember this, urgency is the absolute enemy of a good deal.
So, you've navigated all that, you've signed the papers, and you drive off the lot. Well, that's when the real bill starts to arrive. This brings us to the true cost of ownership, which, believe me, goes way beyond that monthly payment.
This chart right here is a real eye-opener. That purchase price you haggled over, that's only about 40% of what you'll actually spend on the car over 5 years. Now look at that massive orange slice, depreciation. At 30%, it is the single biggest hidden expense of owning a car. It's the value that literally vanishes into thin air the second you drive off the lot.
And you know all those amazing high-tech features they use to sell you the car? Well, they can become huge liabilities. Let's take a fancy side mirror with a built-in camera and sensors. It's awesome, right? Until someone bumps it in a parking lot. What used to be a simple, cheap fix is now a crazy expensive electronic component that has to be replaced and recalibrated. Suddenly, that luxury feature becomes your costly problem, especially once the warranty is gone.
And the industry is not stopping there. The new model is even more profitable. We're talking about subscriptions for features that are already physically in your car, like heated seats. You bought the hardware, but you have to pay a monthly fee to actually turn it on. This is a fundamental shift. It turns ownership into permission. Your car stops being something you own and becomes a platform for them to keep charging you.
Okay, so that's their playbook. It sounds a little bleak, I know, but the great news is you can write your own. You can flip the script. So let's talk about the real actionable things you can do to buy smarter.
This is it. This is your number one most powerful move. The dealer loves to throw everything into a blender. The price of your new car, the value of your trade-in, and the financing details. Why? So they can confuse you. They might give you a great deal on your trade-in to distract you from a terrible interest rate. Your job is to pull these three things apart. Negotiate each one completely on its own. And the way you do that is by asking way better questions. Forget about the cup holders for a minute. Start asking the questions that completely change the conversation. What is the real 5-year cost of owning this car? What are the most common mechanical failures on this specific model? How fast does it actually depreciate? These are the questions of an empowered buyer, and they shift the power in the room right back to you.
So in the end, this is the real secret. It's not that there's some hidden defect in every car. The untold truth is that they aren't just selling you a car anymore. They're selling you a whole system, a controlled ownership experience designed from top to bottom to maximize their profit, long after you drive away.
Look, this isn't about being cynical. It's just about being smart and being prepared. The whole system is banking on the fact that you'll be emotional, you'll feel rushed, and you won't do the homework. Because the real experience of owning that car, the real costs, that all begins the second you drive off the lot. So the only question left is, are you ready for it?